Hello, I'm Kurtis Conner from the website YouTube, and I'm about to answer 20 questions I've never been asked before. A YouTube ick. One thing that I notice that I really don't like is when maybe it's like a commentary channel or like a react channel. More so it's with react channels, like straight up. I hate when YouTubers use the same face, like the exact one for every single thumbnail. 100 videos with all the same, like, and it's like, our job as YouTubers, it's so fucking easy. They can't even like be bothered to take a new like a new like Wojak picture every fucking video. You have to do the same one. So I feel like that pisses me off. And it just shows us like, oh, you're just kind of lazy. First good video. YouTube video? Okay. All my Vines were amazing. One that I can still look back on and think that I did an okay job with, that I think was my first, like, not like genuine try to make a good video, but one that had like an actual, like some like meat to it, I guess, was I fulfilled my childhood dream of becoming a magician. That one had like emotional like stuff because it was like harkened back to when I was a child and I was obsessed with Chris Angel and I wanted to be a magician, but I just didn't have the skills. And then it also had like the rivalry with Danny, because he like teased me on tour about like abandoning my dream of becoming a magician. There was like layers to it, and it kind of like followed the process of me like, you know, learning and trying something. And yeah, that was kind of the first video that kind of was that format. And those are my favorite videos to make now, where it's like one topic or one aspect of something and I try it out and I try to, you know, sort of live within that world. Annoying thing that people get wrong about me. I've seen this a lot over the years. People meet me in like public or something, or like after a show. I'll like see a comment or get a message from them afterwards saying that like I seem like I was mad at them. People just assume I'm like upset with them, but I'm just like a very like monotone person, I've come to learn. So like I think people just automatically assume that I'm in like a bad mood or I'm mad at them or I just want to leave, but like I just really don't show emotion that much. Obviously that can be interpreted in many ways. So yeah, people usually think I'm in a bad mood. When fans come up and meet me, it's like the most amazing thing ever. And I'm super grateful and like really happy that it happens. I just need to get better at showing emotion, but I can be having the most fun in my life and I probably would still just be straight face. So if I've seen like I'm in a bad mood, trust me, I'm not. So talented that they piss me off. I feel like a lot of people make me mad that way, whether they're like funny or like smart, because those are things that I have to try really hard to be, and I never achieve them. So I'd probably say like someone like H Bomber Guy or something. Like I feel like he's like so smart and like just such a good writer.
So what's all that about?
So anytime that they post a video, which is like pretty rare these days, I always get super excited. So I loved the, I forget the title of it, but the one about sound, and it talked about that other dude from G4, whatever his name was, Tommy Tellerico. Yeah, that video was great. I remember watching it when it first came out, and then yeah, I was just like locked in. I don't think I blinked for that whole video. So good. The intelligence level, I think, is one thing that I'm like really envious of. But he like frames them, like any points he's making, he frames them so well where I'm like, oh yeah, okay, that does make sense. He like breaks down or like really like intelligent claims into ways that my stupid brain can be like, oh yeah, nice, I understand this. Yeah, huge fan of H Bomber Guy for sure. So I'll go with him. My favorite Drew Gooden video. They're all pretty good, but I mean, I gotta go Gooby. I'd say Gooby is the best Drew Gooden video. And it's not biased because I'm also in it, but it's a really funny video. And I was going to say there's a lot of good memories I have with that video, so but that's only a me thing. The viewers were not there when we filmed it, but that was a good time. And I got a Gooby tattoo, man. I'm Goobied up. It's crazy that like people like that's a Drew video. And like people give me so much Gooby stuff. I feel like I should just whatever Gooby memorabilia I have, I should just send to Drew now.
God, I think about it every day. I wish it was mine.
Favorite memory from making that video? Drew wanted to film the Gooby video. We had like an off day in New York when we were on tour in 2019. We wanted to film it in Drew's hotel room. It was like the lighting was weird. It had like terrible lighting and it was just like it just looked bad. So we went on like a 4-hour like journey through New York. Like we were just trying to find like a light to put like either on his camera just so we could film. And that was a nice memory. Just us like kind of, by the time we got back to the hotel, it was like way too late. We're all too tired. So we're like, screw it, let's just film it in the morning. We can just use the window. It'll be enough light. We get to Drew's hotel room in the morning. He was like visibly upset. And we were like, what's going on? He's like, look at this fucking light switch that I didn't see last night. He presses a light switch on the wall and the most like beautiful like ring light, perfect YouTube video lighting just lights up along the fucking wall. And we had no idea the light was there. So it was completely pointless that we tried to find one for like 4 hours. So yeah, that's a nice memory. Okay, item that I would want to be buried with. Maybe like a reboot card. Fortnite. So I could just come back to life, I guess. Mayor of the internet. Oh my gosh. I would make it so if you are online and you're like selling a course, like an online course to people, you would have to present like a teaching degree. Like you went to a reputable college, university that is like, okay, yeah, this person can teach stuff and it can bring value to your life. Because I feel like anyone is just making an online course now and charging money for it. If you're doing it for free, who cares? Just do whatever you want. If you're charging money for it, I feel like you should, have a little bit of something that claims that you're reputable. So hardest video to make. Yeah, it's different because there's been some where I've been like up late editing some, like pulling all-nighters stuff, editing. Usually that's my fault. It's usually just because like I'm an idiot. There's like a deadline and I'm just like procrastinated. I forget the title, but it's I ate only YouTuber foods for a week. It was really difficult to like get all the stuff because a lot of them weren't in Canada. And there were some items that I just didn't get because they were like either like lost in the mail or like turned away at the border and shit. So I had to like pivot a little bit there. And then the actual filming was difficult because for whatever reason, I like denied myself water. I was like, I'm only going to drink Prime for a week. Yeah, I just felt like shit the whole time, but I had to keep filming and I keep doing it. I had like these spicy hot ones, Hot Pockets right before bed every night. I just felt like shit, which is not shocking. Like no shit, I was going to feel bad. I had so much footage and just kind of like organizing all of that was a nightmare. Like doing a voiceover for all of it was a lot. So I'll say the YouTuber food one was probably the most difficult one, but I'm happy with how it came out and it performed well. Thank fucking God. I've gotten some really cool stuff over the years, dude. I've been so blessed and so lucky, and everyone's so talented. The amount of like artwork I've gotten over the years, like at shows, people will give me. I have like so much over the years in my house still, like pictures of like me and my wife, or like drawings of like my dog, which is really sweet. On my most recent tour, someone made puppet, like a Kurtis puppet. It should be like on the Muppets. It's kind of crazy. It looks just like me and he's wearing a cool shirt. Unlimited money and unlimited resources. I think morally, I feel like you have to do something good, right? Like I can't be like, I bought all the chocolate bars for me. So maybe like if there was like a video that was like, I bought every data center, and I would either turn them into affordable housing for people or like a Dave & Buster's or something. You just spend billions doing that, I guess. Biggest offer I turned down. It was like for some like crypto shit. Like it was obviously a really sizable amount, but I just felt weird because I don't know or understand crypto. It just seems like a weird pretend thing. So yeah, I just said no to that. Yeah, there was one for my podcast yesterday that I had to turn down. It just seemed like they didn't have products that were made well, and the reviews were bad, and I just like, this doesn't really seem like something that would be worthwhile to promote. Yeah, usually it's just something, if I wouldn't use it personally in my life, then I wouldn't, promote it. My favorite heckle, that's like if you walked through like a bird sanctuary and you got crapped on like 100 times, then someone was like, what's your favorite piece of poop that landed on you? Because they all are annoying. Okay, I like that better. I'm actually very lucky with heckles. Usually it's just people who are very excited and they have, that maybe they don't know comedy show etiquette and they just start like responding to the jokes I'm saying. Like it's a one-on-one conversation, which is funny. I was doing a bit about being a YouTuber, I guess, and someone like yelled at me and they were like, influencer. I asked them what they did. They said they did medical billing. That's objectively worse than being an influencer. You're charging people for healthcare, dude. That's kind of insane. And then even me stooping down to the YouTuber title was a big step for me. And for them to like go even further, they're like, no, influencer. So that was a funny one. Historical figure that I'd want to teach Minecraft to. I'm probably the worst teacher for Minecraft because I'm like infamously bad at the game, but I would say Albert Einstein. I feel like he would be losing his mind at Minecraft. And I feel he'd be cracked at it too. I feel like he'd be pretty cracked at Minecraft. He would have an immediate understanding of the redstone stuff you could do. It's a shame he spent all that time with all that other stuff he was doing. If he just like locked in, he's locked in on Minecraft, he'd be like at the streamer games and stuff. He'd be the best Minecraft speedrunner of all time. So any YouTube video adapted into a movie. I think I would adapt, probably my favorite YouTube video of all time is the Snipes rap battle. It was like 13 years ago. It was a freestyle rap battle with, it took place in Melbourne, Australia. And it's just like these two guys doing a rap battle. And the one guy's rap battle is so funny because he's like clearly not prepared whatsoever. And it kind of just like devolves into him making like vaguely like violent threats towards his opponent.
What I'm gonna do is grab a pen, stab you in the neck, puncture your lungs, then slam a blunt object into your stomach. Fuck.
Everyone I talk to, I show that video if they haven't seen it because it's my favorite video of all time. And it's so like, even like I'm smiling just thinking about it because it's like nothing could ever be funnier than that video. So I think a movie about Snipes would be great. The battle rapper and how that rap battle came to be. Yeah, I would love to see that as a feature film. Ooh, okay. Snipes would be played by like, let's get Austin Butler in there. You know, they look very different, but I think Austin Butler could really rise to the occasion. He could be Snipes, and the other guy, he could be I don't know any friggin' actors these days, man. James McAvoy. You know, they might have to do a little bit of prosthetics or, you know, weight stuff, but you know, they can, I think they're actors, that's their job. They can figure it out. Go YouTube video. Well, I mean, the Snipes rap battle is unintentionally the best one. Like, you could never script a video like that. I will say my favorite video that was made with intention, I think that was like scripted and thought out, I think. It was one by Defunct Land. It was like History Mystery or something. The Disney Channel theme. That one was incredible. I love that video so much. I'm just also a huge Defunctland fan. I always find myself going back to that video a lot too. Just really, because it's such a specific topic, like a really niche topic that you wouldn't think to make a video about. Like television channel bumpers are just like, yeah, of course they've always been there, but you never think about their meanings and who designs them, who makes them. I feel like there's a lot of video essay slop these days, as they say, where it's like they talk about one thing for like 3 hours where it could have been like 5 minutes, but Defunctland are one of those channels where they could make like a 10-hour video about like toothpicks, and I'm sat. I'm sitting my ass down and I'm listening and I'm learning. So, creative project that I'd like to do before I die. I got lots that I want to do after, but I'd like to write like a movie one day. I feel like that'd be really cool. I've got like one idea that's been like kind of bouncing around in my head for a few years. There was one video that I did about like conspiracies. And there was one in there that was kind of funny. I talked about like 20 in there. So there was a lot of conspiracies, so I won't get too into it. But as crazy and dangerous as conspiracy theories can be, I do love how creative they are and how funny the implications of them could be if you just flesh them out. Like when you get into flat Earth and you're like, the amount of ripple effects that would have if the Earth was actually flat is really funny. Yeah, I just think conspiracy theories as a whole are funny, and if one were to become like actually true, just like the real life implications of it. But yeah, when I have free time, I'll like, you know, write stuff for it. Usually any free time I have is sort of devoted to YouTube, so it's kind of hard to spend time on it, but that's definitely a dream of mine. Something North America should steal from the UK. I think you guys have trains figured out. You can take a train fucking anywhere, and it's kind of awesome. If we could steal like the transit system, that would be actually pretty awesome. Oh man, insane prediction for the future. I feel like you can't even predict stuff anymore. Every day there's something new where I'm like, what? Why? You read a new sentence you never thought could be constructed every single like hour, it seems. So it's kind of hard. My insane, crazy, unbelievable prediction for the future is that everything is going to be okay. Everything is going to work out just fine, and we don't have to worry about anything. What should you do to this video? I mean, there's only so many things you can do to a video. I think you should copy the link to this video and then you send it to like a family group chat. And then you go, what the fuck, Dad, he mentioned you in this. That's like a free view from your dad because he's gonna want to see what I said about him. But I never talked about your dad. So everybody, do that right now. Dream collaboration. There's no one that I'm like, oh, I would love to collaborate with them because I'm just like a naturally nervous person and I feel like I would just like freeze up or like embarrass myself. Maybe if I was like having an A+ day socially and personally and like my confidence was all high, maybe I'm like 3 beers deep or something, then maybe Bo Burnham is like my first thought, which is a boring answer because everybody loves a Bo Burnham who like does comedy on the internet. But no, maybe, you know, the most obvious answer is most of the time it's true. So I'll say Bo Burnham. Bo Burnham, if you're watching, please, please come on my podcast. But you don't have to. It's all good. I'll understand. Whoa. Greatest of all time tattoo. I wouldn't pick one of my own. I got some stupid ones, man. But you know the ones that are like the ripped skin with like a fucking Spider-Man suit underneath it? That's goat shit. Because I would never have the balls to get one like that. But those ones always crack me up. Or like a ripped skin with like, or like the ones with like cyborg shit underneath the skin. That makes me laugh. So I'd say that those are the goat tattoos. Every time I see one of those in public, it's like, fuck yeah, gets me hyped. I think recently I've seen a lot of people who are like, I made this much money on YouTube. I made this much money on TikTok. Like, this is how you make money on these apps. And it's like, I feel like that's kind of a counterintuitive way to go about content creation. Because back in my day, I feel like, you know, YouTubers, you know, you started making videos and, you know, making money was never the goal. It's like, I just want to make stuff that I like. And I want to share my, you know, my creativity and my passion. And then down the line, if I make money, that's awesome, right? But I feel like now it's kind of been like switched where people are like, okay, I'm gonna make money doing YouTube or doing TikTok or streaming or whatever, and then maybe down the line I'll start to enjoy it. You know, it's like, it's kind of it's kind of flipped. But the only advice I do tell people is like, just if you like it, then just make videos and try to just get better every time and just have fun. And then if it works out and you can make a career from it, that's sick. But if not, then you still had a good time making what you wanted to make. So yeah. Okay, let me think for a second. What if God was one of us? Just a stranger on a bus trying to make his way home. If God was one of us, just a slob like one of us, just a stranger on a bus trying to make his way home, I think he or she would, I think they're kind of doing a shit job then, because I feel like they would know how awful things are. And they're kind of just letting it rock. So, yeah, I feel like they're thumbs down.